In this video, we're going to discuss some of the features which can be applied to a user. Click on the User Features button. You'll then be presented with a list of features that can be applied to a user. If the user has a direct in-dial as shown under the Phone Numbers heading, you'll be able to change the caller ID number for that user. By selecting caller ID number and changing it from off to on, you'll be able to change which caller ID is shown. If the setting is off, then the tenancy default phone number is shown as the outbound caller ID. If you select this on, you'll be able to select from one of the direct in-dial numbers which may be assigned to the user. Select the number and then press Save Changes. You will now see this is green, indicating that this feature is enabled. To disable the feature, select, disable, save. It's as simple as that. Individual users may forward their phone to another phone or to a group. This may be an internal extension, an internal voicemail box, or an external number such as a mobile phone. To enable call forwarding, click Call Forwarding. Slide to Enabled. Put the phone number that you are forwarding it to. If you would like the call to be able to leave voicemails on the other person's number, that is, where you have forwarded the calls to, you will need to select Leave Voicemails on Forwarded Numbers. If you do not select this option, it will ring the other number for a short period of time, and if the person does not answer, it will revert to the voicemail box for the user. That is, within the FlexPBX system. It also means if you do not tick this number, the forwarded party will hear a prompt to accept the call. This will sound like this. To accept the incoming call, press 1. If the person does not press 1, it is deemed that they have not accepted or answered the call, and the call will be reverted back to the next option within this user, typically their voicemail box. When forwarding calls, you must be aware that this person may be part of a group. If they are part of a group and they are forwarding calls, it will take the forwarding action of the user as part of the group. If you only wish to forward calls which are directly made to this user, i.e., where the user is called either directly to their extension or their direct in-dial, you must tick Forward Direct Calls Only. If you do not select this option, calls will be forwarded if the group is called or if the member is part of a group. Hot desking can be turned on and off at a user level. We'll go into hot desking in another video. Voicemails. Voicemail to email can be enabled or disabled. An email will be sent to the person for every new voicemail. By default, it is also left in the voicemail box. That is, the user will have to log into the voicemail box to retrieve the message. If the user just wants to receive all of their voicemails as an attachment to an email and never have to log into their voicemail box, tick this box, Delete Messages from Database after sending the notification. This will ensure that the user only receives the voicemail as an attachment to an email, and that after it is sent, it is removed from their voicemail box. If you make any change, remember, click Save Changes. A conference bridge may be useful if your tenancy has a conference bridge set up. This allows a single number to be dedicated as the conference bridge. We'll go into conference bridge in another video. Find Me, Follow Me. This feature is only available when you have multiple devices on a user. Let's switch to another user now who's got multiple devices so that we can show you this feature. Let's select Ricky Ponting. As you can see, Ricky Ponting has multiple devices assigned. Because of this, we can use the Find Me, Follow Me feature. To do this, click User Features, Find Me, Follow Me. To enable, slide to Enabled. You'll then be able to distribute the calls amongst all of Ricky's devices. To change the order, you can use the slider. You can also drag up and down to change the order. If you wish to distribute evenly amongst the two selected devices, click Distribute. You can then add additional devices in by unselecting them and redistributing the calls. At any time, you can move them up and down and also redistribute. If you want them to ring and overlap, you can overlap them too, just by grabbing the slider and moving it along. This is great if you're in the office and wish your calls to also ring on your soft phone or mobile phone. To change any settings, make sure you click Save Changes. Music on hold. This can be set at both a tenancy level, a user level, and a group level. Click Enable and select a file to upload. We'll go through how to configure your files for FlexPBX in another video. Inbound call recording. FlexPBX allows you to record inbound calls to a group or to a user. We do not store any of the recordings on our servers. You will need to configure an external media source to store all of your files. Further information can be found in our documentation. Make sure to check out all of the other videos in our online tutorials.